Well, hello and welcome. And it gives me a real sense of pleasure to say a few words to celebrate the 30th anniversary of a company I helped start back in the dim and distant past of 1996. I've been asked to give a very quick potted history of the company, so here goes. In fact, the first forum we organised was probably in 1995 when we were running a publishing company with one of the magazines specialising in the subject of direct marketing forum events, which we started in 1996. And I started it with Jill McCoy and Jill Woods. Now, you have to bear in mind, in 1996, there was no internet to speak of, no emails, no texting. Cell phones were the size of shoeboxes. So we started with no real technology behind us, though we did manage to get a website up and running, I think, in around 1996, which was quite a pioneering thing to do at the time. So the only way of selling the forum concept to sellers and buyers was by old-fashioned phone and letters and faxes. And for those of you under 30, you probably need someone to explain exactly what a fax machine did. Anyway, we started off with the Direct Marketing Forum, quickly launched the Facilities Management Forum, and organised some forums abroad, but still on land. So the first one we did was in Interlaken in Switzerland, and then subsequently we did several in Lisbon, Portugal, and also in Malta. These certainly established us as credible event organisers, made it marginally easier to get both sides together. And of course, once they were in the country, they couldn't actually go anywhere. So we moved back to the UK and started organising them all over the country and started reducing the length of the events from 2 days to one night. And then obviously subsequently, some are now just organised on for a day. But we persevered, as I said, and increased the number of forums, and certainly by the early 2000s we're doing over 20 a year. We then decided to launch in the USA, and I went over here where I am now to launch events or forums that covered all the major cities in the USA. I have to say the concept was welcomed much more easily over here, where anything to save the reps huge amounts of time and money traveling around this huge country, meeting people, was viewed very favorably. And we organized them in all the major cities across the USA and eventually sold the company in 2016. Along the way, of course, we acquired a magazine, subsequently became its own publishing company or media company, as you now have. And the company thrived despite at least 2 recessions, a pandemic, strikes, you name it, we suffered it. But we kept going and made a success of it. Despite the fact, I have to say, in the early days, or very early days, when we went to see our bank manager at Lloyds Bank, who told us that this idea would never work and the company was destined to fail. So, Martin, if you ever get to see this video, you were wrong. So 3 decades later, the company we formed is still going strong. Looking at your website, I think it's fair to say that during that time we've organised nearly 1,500 events, and apparently over 100,000 business people have attended them, which is an astonishing achievement for what started off as a very small company. So to see my idea come to fruition from such a small and modest beginning is a source of great pride to me, and I must pay due credit not just to all the recent management who've taken over, such as Sarah and Charlotte, but it would be remiss of me not to thank Jill McCoy, who many of you, of course, will know, and who passed away recently. She was a source of great support, enthusiasm, and always such a sensible, calm voice. Never got down, even when we had some very, very, very tough times. So it was so sad that she passed a couple of years ago. But I think it's only appropriate to mention her contribution, her major contribution to the success of this company. So I wish you all the best while you celebrate 30 years. And I'm sorry I can't join you for your celebrations, but cheers to you all. Have a great time. Thank you so much.